Ladies and gentlemen, it is time. Grab a cold one, crank up the volume, and join the show. Welcome to NBNR Live. And here we go.
It's no block, no rock.
Go Big Red, indeed. No block, no rock. Episode 234. Coming at you from the NBNR studio in Omaha, Nebraska. I got my Cardinal Pale Ale that I'm going to put in my NBNR koozie eventually. Hold on.
Well, I got my koozies in my car.
Yeah.
Put them out there.
I put it on your chair.
Hold on.
Oh, I put it up there. You might be holding mine.
Yeah, there might be.
Don't interrupt the.
Oh.
Yeah, I'm sorry. There it is.
Interrupt it. Come on.
It was a dramatic pause.
I mean, you're opening them like that, but on this show we like to drink with our tops off. So
You do.
I do.
What are you drinking, by the way, Mike?
I am drinking Stories
Stories
from Nebraska.
Nebraska. Coffee stout to east.
Coffee stout. Check that out. Look at that. Look at that, BK.
Literally not one drip
Not one drip
this time.
this time.
Good job.
More bang for your buck.
Shout out to our other sponsor, Draft Top. Here on this podcast, we like to drink with our tops off. And since we are talking about Draft Top and we are talking about koozies and all that stuff, we hit 1,000 subscribers on YouTube, guys. Finally hit 1,000. So
Jesus.
we said last week, if we hit 1,000, we're going to do giveaways. So what we are going to do, there's going to be 10 lucky winners. There's going to be 4 winners of these Draft Top openers. So 4 people are going to win one of these. And then the other 6, well, I guess if you win the Draft Top opener, you're also going to get a koozie. But then the other 6 are going to win some of our new NBNR koozies. So, and maybe a sticker from NBC. So all you have to do,
Go.
it's very easy. Follow us on social media. Each platform you follow is a entry. If you tag a friend, that's an entry. And if you subscribe on YouTube, it's 5 bonus entries.
Whoa.
Oh,
So we are going to randomize and draw it next week. We're going to call it the 4th of July 1,000 subscriber extravaganza. I don't know.
There we go.
But yeah,
A lot of thought put in it.
I just totally did not make that up just now. So we appreciate you guys for subscribing and supporting us. And we're going to give away some free stuff. And we appreciate you.
Mike, what would you say to the person that if they end up getting the Draft Top, but they're scared to drink with their tops off? What would you say to them?
Don't be a bitch. Be a bitch.
Okay, fair enough.
I was going to say coward, but he's right.
It's life changing. Like this is how the whole relationship started. It was like, okay, this is like a match made in heaven. Like drinking a beer like it's in a cup. It just goes down way faster. I think it's the way that beer is supposed to be made. So
we need to go back to the old way that Nebraska Brewing Company used to do it.
Yeah.
It's nostalgia, but it's like it's goodness. It's worthy of being nostalgic about. There's a lot of things that we're nostalgic about that weren't even really that cool, like the 80s, right? Everybody loves the 80s. And
Wild that you didn't go to the 90s.
Well, I mean,
Yeah.
I just mean like with TV shows and movies, it's always like an 80s throwback. It's like the 80s kind of sucked though, But the tops off, that's worthy of being nostalgic about.
Yeah.
I'll shut up. Connor, go.
I am drinking the no block, no rock. Oh, shit. Sorry. No, I'm drinking the Pilsner. As always, we do still have a little bit left in the fridge. We were going to be drinking some Squeeze the Day today, but apparently you guys bought it all already. It is coming back, though. We'll have another batch in about a week or 2. Then we will get it in the studio. Squeeze the Day.
We're getting the first 6-pack made.
Oh, dude,
so
I'm
one.
going to pull a case off there just to be safe the
As
second
you
it gets
should.
made.
Nice and fresh.
Now we have to turn it over to our freshly new father,
Daddy! Give yourself a round of applause.
Daddy Kyle. Daddy Kyle.
Don't spank me, Daddy.
You did a lot of work.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I did all the work. No. So I guess I brought this like segment into this first talk, and it's the Nebraska Brewing Company Cheers of the Week. I'd just like to put up a cheers for a brand new baby, Mr. Liam, and all the hard work that my wife actually did.
There you go.
There you go. That's a smart man. Smart man.
Cheers to that.
Cheers to Liam.
Brandon, he's not stupid.
Yeah.
He knows what he's doing. Brandon
Playing the
Kinnie.
game.
She's sitting at home watching right now, and she heard that first comment. She's like, "That motherfucker."
The one time she watches and she just went
She's
click.
like, he left me for the first time and he's talking shit. Come on now.
This
Doors are gonna be locked when he gets home.
Man.
Brandon Kinnie.
What's up, man?
Welcome back.
Welcome back.
Second appearance.
Feels like home, man.
Does it?
Feels like home. Feels like home.
You like us enough to come back.
Always, man.
It wasn't awkward.
No, man.
The first time.
What episode was that? The
Dude, that had to be like 2 years ago.
Yeah, for sure. At least 2 years ago.
That was the first, man, what was the first top 10? One of the first ones you had? Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Oh, the number. Yeah, the numbers
Yeah,
were
the
great.
number, yeah, what number? Well, I'm saying, but what number podcast?
Shoot, man.
what episode was it? Can you remember?
I should have
No.
looked.
I should have looked, but the thing is, we changed the naming convention of the podcast because we used to do season 2 episodes.
Oh,
Now
okay.
we finally just counted them out and we're like,
Just
we're
went.
on episode 334.
Got you.
Or what,
234.
234. 234. So like,
That was
yeah.
early, man.
But it was early.
Yeah,
So
I remember,
we
man.
had to get you back.
It was
a lot of
awesome.
things have changed since
Yeah,
you came
man.
on.
Yes.
I mean, I think you've had like 3 more kids since you No, you're coaching.
Seriously, though, bro.
Making
Seriously.
moves,
Yes, man.
impacting the future generations of football around
Trying
town.
our
Like,
best, man. Trying, man.
Okay, so BK, you were here season 2, episode 28. That was 3 years ago.
3 years ago.
What?
See?
Wow, dude.
Yeah.
Doesn't
That's
seem
so
that long
cool.
ago.
It don't.
No,
Because I watch y'all all the time. And I'm always, me and Mike always text every year and every blue moon. He's always showing love, man. Always
Yeah.
supporting.
Yeah.
And just watching y'all, man. Like I said, when I first got in here, it's so cool to see how far y'all come, man. It's a blessing, man. It's so cool. Seriously, man. I'm proud.
Appreciate you.
So
Super
when we
proud, man.
started, Alliance was just starting too.
Yeah, that is right.
So like
That's
that,
right.
that's the crazy part
That
too.
is
Is like
right.
not only have we grown, but Alliance is
Yeah,
just taking
man.
off,
yeah,
man.
yeah.
And
It has been.
It's so cool to watch your baby grow,
Yeah,
right? And
yeah,
that's kind
seriously.
of what Alliance has done, man. I mean,
It has been, man. It's turned into a, when we first started and God gave me the vision, I felt like, this is, I want this logo, this name to be recognizable when people see it. And I wanted to go with like, faith, character development, serving, love, like, and just understanding like it's a big family. Even if you play a year with us, if you're part of just one youth night, whatever that may be, you see that brand and you're like, I know who that is. I know who runs that. I know. So, and that's what it's grown into be, dude. When you look at it now, it's been 5 years, man, since we've started it. We started in COVID. So it's like to see where we are now and what God has done. It's like, dude, I still sit back and be like talking to my wife. I'm like, babe, can you believe this?
how did we do this?
Like, it's crazy. And sometimes you get weary, right? Because it gets tough, right? Doing so much and so much of the back end stuff and the moving around. But it's like, I tell my wife all the time, it's like, it's so many people get to year 5, year 6, year 7, and they quit. And the breakthrough is like right on the other side.
Yep.
You know what I mean? So the things that you're constantly reminded are all the kids that you see and the way that you serve and the way that you affect the kids and the things that, from our camp last year, our first annual camp down at Memorial Stadium, it was like, dude, we were on a high for like 3 months after because it was like, how did we make this work? Like, how do we do this? I kept telling Prince, I'm like, bro, if the camp is trash and a tunnel walk is dope, we aced it. It's all good. Like, we aced the camp. So both of them were cool. So I was like, all right, yeah, we did a good job. Man.
I remember when you first came on, you talked about the vision of Alliance, and you're like, well, we want a building,
Yeah.
and this and this.
Yeah.
You went from that to actually holding a camp at the place where you played college football.
Crazy.
I mean,
Surreal.
talk
dude.
about just the leaps and bounds.
Yeah,
Man. It's
man.
crazy.
Super surreal. And shout out to my boy Prince. He's actually getting inducted into the Arizona High School Hall of Fame tonight. So
Tonight.
he's in Chicago right now doing that, man. So shout out to him. Shout out to Prince. But, we always would talk all the time about this because he would hold camps in Arizona, and we would go out there, me and my family, we'd serve, and he'd hold conferences and youth stuff. And I'm like, dude, I want to do this in Omaha. This would be so cool in Nebraska. And one day he called me, he's like, dude, let's do Memorial. And I'm like, oh, you tripping, dude. Oh, how are we going to do that? Where do we even start? So it's like, we got to reaching out to the right people. Keith Williams, one of our teammates that we played with down there was there. So he kind of pointed us in the right direction. But dude, like, it's so cool because my son, who's 13, thinks Nebraska is trash. And it's so disappointing. It's like,
Yeah.
my dude, like,
wrong.
it's like, but like when we were there, it wasn't the 90s, but we did well with what we had. And it's like, bro, it's a lot of tradition down there. Like, so how we look at it, at least for me, I'm like, dude, if we can just get kids down there, because some kids have never been to the stadium before,
Right.
let alone been in the tunnel walk. So if you could just get there to plant seeds and be like, wow, this is what it is. Like, I can see myself playing here. I'm running out the tunnel walk. It's like, dude, this is real. Maybe it can start something. It's like, Matt Rule, I'm trying to help, dog. I'm trying to do my part, dog. You know what I mean? So that's what it's been for us, man. And that part, like I said, it was so cool to see those kids get that experience. And, Kyle and those guys came down there last year and they put it on Herd at Sports and were saying, oh, how cool is this to get a tunnel walk experience? And then the next week, I see Matt Rule like, hey, who wants to do a tunnel walk? I'm like, come on, Matt, you could have gave me a shout out, bro.
Yeah,
could have showed me some love, dog. But it was all good. It was all good.
Okay,
man.
a point that you made that is just sticking with me.
Yeah.
Is you said that your own son
Yes, man.
said that about Nebraska.
Crazy.
So I want you all to imagine just the average kid from like Florida who doesn't have any connection at all, what he thinks about Nebraska and just how vital it is to have the kid actually come up here and see it in person,
agreed.
in the flesh.
Yeah, because that's what it was for me too. It was like I had to see it. I had to be here. Once you hear Nebraska, it's like, okay, Nebraska, like we're, because I grew up in the Midwest in Fort Wayne, Indiana, but it was like all I remember is like Eric Crouch, Missouri, throwback pass, that. And it's like that was really it. I grew up in Big Ten country, IU, Penn, like I grew up watching those teams. So going to junior college and then coming to Nebraska, it's like you had to just see it. And for me to get here and feel the love that I felt from the coaches and the fans and different things like that, I'm like, and I had just started a Facebook back then too when I was in junior college. So to like this writing on your wall, like, BK, we can't wait for you to get here. I'm like, dude, this is crazy. Like, are you for real?
Why are you so obsessed with me?
Like, it was wild. And Eckler, bro, when Eckler, before I got there, Eckler had came. I talked with him. I can't remember if it was a visit or if he came to Fort Scott. I can't remember. I know Carl and Bo had came down to Fort Scott, but X said, dude, you're going to be a rock star before you even step on campus. And I was like, dude, come on, what do you mean? And then I get there and I'm like, oh, this is what you mean. Yeah. So it was such a cool experience. Even my mom, when we went to the spring game, it was like, this many people are coming here for a scrimmage. I'm like, ain't it crazy?
Yeah.
Like, it's wild.
Yeah.
Like, so you are absolutely right. They just have to see it. They just got to be here because you just think it's cornfields. It's like, no, it's not, dude. It's super cool.
You said a hot name right now, Coach Eck.
Yeah.
Everybody,
You played with Coach Eck.
My guy.
Okay, what is Nebraska getting having Coach Eck come back as a special team
Oh,
coordinator?
my goodness, man. I think it's just a ball of energy and a guy that understands the tradition, understands that what comes with playing at Nebraska and coaching at Nebraska. And then being a part of like some good seasons and good wins that we were there. You know what I mean? He was a part of some good stuff, man. So just being able to be there, share his story, share his wisdom, I think it's huge, man. Talking to Caden Vermoss and Pierce Muberry, they love him already. I'm like, yeah, dude, Eck was my guy. That was right. And he was on the defensive side, but he always showed us all love. He always took his time with the kids, man. So I'm like, y'all are getting a ball of energy down there, man, because he is hype. He's always on 10. And you got to have that, dude. You got to have coaches like that all the time.
So coaching, like the coaching staff itself, obviously is huge in recruiting.
Yeah.
We've seen right now with Nebraska recruiting into the future, Trey Taylor has been a big presence.
Yeah.
Was there any sort of like player that really stuck out to you and like making you want to come to Nebraska? And did you get to do that for anybody else?
Man, I think as I was getting there, I didn't have any because, social media wasn't that hot then. You know what I mean? I just got on. This was 2009. So Facebook was just getting started. Twitter wasn't even a thing then. Right. So, I didn't necessarily have it. But when I got here, I felt it, especially from Niles Paul. Niles Paul was a big influence on me when I got here. It was like, dude, you one of the guys, you big physical dude. Like, this is my game. This is what we do. This is the standard. So, when I got there, then I became that guy from Levonte, Yoshi Hardrick, and Stanley Jean-Baptiste. It was just like, so it's like.
I know those names.
Yeah, those were the dudes were like at Fort Scott. And, mind you, Stanley Jean-Baptiste never played it down at Fort Scott. He got there redshirted.
Really?
And literally, his film. And they were like, yeah, we're going to take him. And
did they recruit him as a receiver?
Yeah, receiver.
Yeah, and then they moved him to DB.
So it's like, and I remember because Levonte, I believe, had committed to USF at first, I think. and then he decommitted possibly, or he committed to Nebraska first. But I remember, dude, his girlfriend at the time that went to USF, and he took a visit there just to kick it with his girl. He had told me, like, bro, I'm just going over here to kick it. I'm coming. He turned his phone off all weekend.
Oh, no.
Dude, when I tell you, Bo, Eck, all of them dudes was tripping. I'm like, bro, relax. He said he's coming. Like, relax. So, you know, when I see Trey on Twitter, I'm like, bro, this is the move. Like, he's taking that leadership role of like the recruiter and recruitment coming in of like, hey man, like, yeah, we need this guy. And speaking on the decommit, I've seen him to speak on the guy that decommitted the DB.
Yeah.
He's like, hey, it's a tough loss. He's a great kid, but like this is what he wanted to do. But I'm pretty sure the staff is gonna find somebody great. And I'm like, dude, the maturity, bro. That's like next level. You know what I mean? And even with Dylan, I mean, I tell people all the time, what Dylan did with that him and Emmett, what they did with that basketball tour, bro. That was the smartest, coolest thing ever. Because you got to think about this. Like, you going into a gym in Omaha, Nebraska, you're Dylan Raiola, right? Emmett Johnson, you coming in, you kicking it in the student section. It's like, bro, you know how many dudes and people remember that? Even the players that's there that are getting recruited or would even want to come to Nebraska, it's like, dude, I just want to come because Dylan is so cool. He took a Friday night to come out and kick it with us, take pictures. Just like, bro, that stuff is so important, man. I'm big on that type of stuff, man. So,
well, you mentioned like just getting kids, like maybe young kids going to your camp inside Memorial Stadium. I mean, it's the exact same effect because I remember last year we were out there and Dylan's out throwing drills with these kids. And I'm like,
how cool. And we didn't even ask him to do that. He just like, Prince knows him. He showed up. And we were like, yeah, man, just hang out. And this dude is like, yeah, give him the ball. I'm like, bro, all right, do your thing, dude. So just to talk with him, and he's such a humble, like mature young man. So it was great to talk with him. It was like, yeah, dude, I love doing this. Like, this is cool. So that is one thing that got me there to Nebraska was the family, the vibe that they gave me when I was there. You know what I mean? Like, I felt like I was supposed to be there. I felt a part of a huge family, and that's what it was, man. When I was there, dude, we still talk. We still got a group chat that we all talk. Compto, Rex, all those. It's like it was really that for us, man. So it's super cool to see, man. Seriously, especially in this new social media NIL, because so many dudes are unfortunately for themselves, and I don't think that Nebraska sells that. I think they're big on like when you come here, this is what you get. Now, the NIL stuff is the cherries on top.
It's gonna take care of itself.
That'll do what it do, but like. This is what we're here for. And even talking to Dylan, he was like, dude, this is the only place that I've seen where it's like legit consistent and it's real NIL. It's not like somebody telling you something and you're not getting this. It's like real. So like the Mondays, like the running backs and the QBs get paid. And Tuesdays, the O-line and the D-line get paid. And it's consistent. And I'm just like, bro, we was getting scholarship checks for like $400, bro. What do you mean? So it's just super cool to know that Nebraska is always going to be Nebraska in their standard. It's like they're going to do it the right way. So no one knew of NIL or it wasn't a thing. And now that it is, Nebraska is like, okay, cool. If we're going to dip in it, we're going to do it the right way. So I respect it so much.
That's it right there, is doing it the right way. Yeah. And I have, ever since NIL came out, I've never wanted to hear like, yeah, they promised me this, but couldn't deliver.
Yeah.
So while I understand that you don't have the oil money from down south,
right?
We ain't SMU.
While I understand that, I just hope that at some point there's no stories coming out that's like, yeah, Nebraska promised me $2 million, and now I'm going shopping because they can't deliver.
Yeah, because it's crazy, man. I got a good friend that coaches at South Carolina. He was like, dude, the parking lot is like crazy. You know, you got Maseratis, you got G-Wagons. I'm like, bro. Wow. I drove a Buick LeSabre, bro. And my windows didn't work. Bro. Like,
I was driving a boat.
And if they did, it was probably the roll-up.
It's a Buick. It probably had
so it's like, so it's cool, man. And people ask me all the time, like, man, are you ever mad? Are you ever jealous? I'm like, dude, no. Like, this was their time. Like, I played when I was supposed to play. That was my time. That's what we did. And we still had perks that we had during that time that we thought were cool. So it's like, this is what was supposed to happen. If I was supposed to be in the area, that's what I was supposed to be. So it's all good.
That's the best view. Like, we see a couple of athletes across the nation. They're like, well, I didn't get paid.
Yeah.
And it's like, bro,
it's crazy.
Like, just because you didn't get it doesn't mean it's not a good thing for the guys.
Come on, man.
Right. Like,
come on, bro.
Not everybody has to live the same story.
Hey,
very few people do.
And I got a degree, bro. Like, I got a degree for free. You know what I mean? And I got to play football in front of thousands. Like I would tell people all the time when we've had some of our players when we would come out of the locker room and stuff, we'll come in front of the statue when it was opposite the locker room, the new locker room, and dudes would be like sneaking out the side and this. And I'm like, bro, this might be your only opportunity ever that people want an autograph or something from you. You telling me you can't come out here for 20 extra minutes, bro, and sign some autographs and sign some cards. I met so many great people just doing that. People that I still talk to this day that were just genuine fans, and we just created relationships. So it's like, nah, bro, like you can't take this stuff for granted, man. Super cool. Super, super cool.
Well, and you might not have got $1 million, but you guys got the win.
Yeah. I'll take that, bro.
This is pretty cool, man.
Hey, I'll take 3 bowl games. I'll take 1 win out the deal. It's all good, man. I got a lot of free stuff. It's all good. It's cool, man.
I want to go back to Levonte real quick.
Yeah.
You said that he took a visit to USF.
Yep.
And his girlfriend went to USF.
Yep. Mm-hmm. His girlfriend at the time. Yep.
Now, listen, if I'm Bo, I'm freaking out too. Because usually that wins out.
Yeah. Yeah.
In the decision.
And he's from Miami. You know,
you know what I mean by
Florida. Yeah.
You know what I mean by that.
Yeah.
The girl.
Oh, yeah.
That always wins.
Yeah.
And so if I'm Bo, I'm probably
he was tripping.
I mean, he's fuming anyway.
Yeah.
For something else. So you add that on top.
He's already mad about something.
It's already something.
Right? It's already doing something, man.
I don't blame him for being like, no, you can't let him go.
Bro, it was wild, man. Even Yoshi was mad. He was like, that MFer, I committed because of him and you. And I'm like, Yoshi, relax. He'll be all right. He's fine.
He's just trying to get it.
It's like, come on, man. He needs some time with his girl. He's trying to kick it for a little bit here, man. So, and she even came to visit a few times too as well while he was here. But it was like, bro, it's good. It's good. So obviously they ended up coming, and all I can think about is like, I remember when he was thrown into the midst of playing when Compton went down with a foot, and I think Fisher had broke his leg or something
Sean
that
Fisher,
year. And we played South Dakota State, and I remember, dude, he had like 14 tackles or something. And they were asking like, what about Levonte David? He did this, and he was like, Levonte David making a lot of mistakes tonight. I'm like, dang,
that's the thing that you'd always heard about Levonte was the sheer talent was undeniable.
Just football,
but it was just
he didn't have at the beginning. Once he figured it out, like and kudos to Compton and Fisher really like teaching him and like really like taking them under their wing and being like, okay, we're gonna teach you how to watch film. We're gonna teach you what to like helping them with the defense because. Bro, that dude was a player. Like, I don't know if Compton doesn't get hurt and Fisher doesn't get hurt, do you hear about Levonte David that soon?
He's going to be an NFL Hall of Famer.
Like
he should be.
Seriously, bro. Like you know what I mean? Because you got to think about it. It was when we were down there, it was the 2 practice fields. It was 1s and 2s and 3s and 4s. Levonte was on the 3s and 4s practice field when we first got there. Mm-hmm. But one thing you couldn't deny was like, this dude is everywhere. He's around the ball. Like, and we had multiple dudes, I feel like, on that defense that was like ball hawks, Dejon Gomes, like Levonte, Eric Hagg. Like, all these dudes were always around the ball, but Levonte was just so different at that weight, too. It's like, dude, he was light, dog. Like, he was light, still making plays like that. So
good.
Yeah, he was special, dude. And he still is. Yeah, he still is.
I mean, he's still getting paid. Is that another contract?
Yeah. Like, crazy.
He's been a nuisance for defenses or for offenses.
Yeah.
For
long time.
16 years?
Long time.
Well, dude, especially a position like that. You think of linebacker, it's like, okay, Ray Lewis lasted in the league forever.
Mm-hmm.
And then you think of like Brian Cushing.
Yeah.
He played for like what, 7?
Yeah.
Not even that. I don't even know. He retired early.
Mm-hmm.
That's just a position that I mean, you're just constantly
a lot. Yeah.
Dude, I was so excited when the Buccaneers won the Super Bowl and he was getting all the roses that
which
he
should
was
have been.
Yeah.
Should have been.
Right. He hadn't got his whole career.
Agreed, man.
Yeah.
Agreed. I was so happy for him. And dude, we text all the time. We always talking. And he even texted me this during the season. He was like, bro, like I don't know. I was like, what you mean you don't know? He's like, dude, I don't got nothing else to prove. I was like, really? He's like, yeah, man, I just want to spend time with my baby girl. I don't want to miss anything. So I was like, well, dude, you do what you need to do. So when he signed it, I was like, that's what's up, man. Like,
I think it's a farewell tour.
Yeah.
I'd imagine this might be the last year, but I'm telling you, like, if you look at a guy, like the duration of him coming to the NFL, he has every accolade to be a Hall of Famer.
For sure.
Yeah. He might get a gold jacket, and he honestly might be probably the last Husker that'll get one for a long time. Like, think about it.
Yeah.
Think about a Husker that's gone to the NFL. Maybe Indomitian Sue.
Yeah.
It'll be
maybe. But
it has to be. It has
He's
to
gonna
be
have a lot of shit with that.
Sue and Levonte.
Yeah.
Sue and Levonte.
If you're a ball knower, they're making it to the Hall of Fame.
Yeah.
They should. Sorry, like you can throw numbers and whatever. And Dominican Sue was a defensive tackle.
Yeah.
He's not going to have a shit ton of sacks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, if you're a ball knower, they're both wearing gold jackets.
Yeah.
I don't know what argument you could give me that either one of them wouldn't.
Yeah.
Win it. Like I
Right.
genuinely, I can't even dream up an argument.
Yeah. Agreed.
Don't you know that Hank guy from 1952 who's been waiting to get in? Come
Hey,
on,
man,
That we
come on.
can't remember. Like,
Yeah.
I don't even remember
Come
that, dude. Like, what are you talking about, man?
Hey, okay, so let's switch positions here. Okay, I'm gonna throw a word at you,
All right.
and I want you to tell me the first word that pops in your head. Okay. Wide receiver.
Oh man.
Well, that's 2 words.
Yeah, that's
Damn
true.
Yeah.
I'm gonna throw 2 words at you.
All right,
You
that's
tell
cool.
me what word. Wide receiver.
Man, you know what just popped in my head was crazy was Maurice Purifying.
Okay.
Mm.
Yeah. I don't know why. Watching his son play at West Side is super cool. I never knew him personally because he was gone before I was there, but I always would get that this is who you remind us of.
Yeah,
this
you
is
had the
this is the
same
recruit.
frame.
Yeah,
Yeah.
So it was like that's kind of what I remember. But I mean, dude, you had special. I feel like you've had special receivers that have played.
Oh,
at
well, let me
Nebraska,
change
so-
this because I got to be more clear.
Yeah.
A characteristic,
Okay.
like from a wide receiver, what is the characteristic
Mm.
you're looking for? You know what I mean?
Man, when I look at it now, even when I'm coaching, I'm looking at who's a technician. Yeah, who's a technician? Who's going to go out and run? Because I was big, physical, fast, and strong. I never took the technique part really serious till I got to Nebraska because I was just so big, fast, and more athletic than everybody. So Coach Gilmore really
That's a humble brag.
like no for real.
he's being honest.
no, he really like homed in on me like, bro, you got to do this, you got to do this, you got to block, you got to like it all matters. So when I'm looking at these young receivers now, it's like, dude, who can take the indie drills and who can translate it to being on the field? And that's the hardest part because you can look good in the indie drills, but then you get out there and play, and it's like they just forget everything. So it's like what guys can do what I'm teaching them and then go out there on the field and do it when like the lights are on, 5,000 are watching, the film is on. So like technicians, bro, I wish I would have learned that a little bit earlier because I was just so gifted. So I was just like, I don't got to do that. I can
gifted.
I can just run and jump over you and catch the ball. I ain't going to run a good route. I don't need to run a good route, you know?
That
So
was so awesome. I was like the GOAT.
hey, I tell them dudes in high school, I'm like, bro, like, that's what got into the one-on-ones at practice. I'm like, bro, like I was cut from a different cloth, bro. Y'all don't understand.
Yeah.
So then when I jumped out there, it was like no cleats, 2 shoes not tied up. I'm like, bro, it was really different, bro. And I'm just running slants. Like,
You also
stop it.
played against better talent.
Yeah.
than Nebraska. Well, I won't knock the Metro now.
Yeah.
In Nebraska,
For sure.
the best talent that
Yeah,
they
yeah,
pumped
yeah.
out
No,
in a long
100%.
time.
Yeah.
But the like coming from where you're from, like you played really good talent.
Yeah, no,
too.
agree. Yeah, no, agree. And I think that once you reach a certain level, you just understand it. Like you slow down, you understand you don't got to go a million miles per hour all the time. Like, and I think being a technician, you understand that because the game slows down for you where you don't feel I have to go 100 miles per hour every single time. It's just playing the game. So
Okay.
that's what I look for. Yeah.
So
Yeah, and I'm just saying, and I know I just wanted to ask you in particular because usually you think of wide receiver, it's flashy,
Yeah.
or like scared of
Diva, all
contact,
that,
or
yeah.
and you said it yourself about 10 different times that big guy built different,
Yeah.
and so you are cut from a different cloth, and you kind of break that stereotype of like flashy,
100%.
didn't like contact.
Yeah, man. And it's no block, no rock for real.
You know
like
what I'm
it's
saying?
like if you do not block, you're not getting the rock. Alan AB always screaming at us like, bro, if you don't block, you're not getting the ball, bro. Your job is to block. Like those plays that Caden Vermoss broke last year were like home run hitters because we blocked on the edge. And we even had a blocking competition. It's like, bro, three points for a pancake block and 5 points for a touchdown block. Like at the end of the year, we run it up and I'll get you a gift card. Whoever won. Now Pierce Mooberry won it. Like he's just a beast at it. But he's a good player. But it's like I want it to mean something to you because that is how you get those big 60, 80, 40-yard runs when you blocking on the edge. You know what I mean? So it's a real deal, man.
And if there's any fan base that's going to appreciate that, it's us.
Yeah, absolutely.
Especially with what's happened the past year.
Yeah.
And that was a big talking point was Holgerson comes in and he's like, that number 4, big body guy,
Yep.
what is he doing? Why isn't he doing what I want him to do, aka block?
Yeah.
18. What are you doing?
Come on. What are you doing? Block.
Catch the ball against Iowa. Come on.
Shit. Connor.
Oh, love it.
As we talk about technicians,
Yeah.
right? Like you've been working as a coach and a mentor now
Yeah.
for 5 years
Yeah.
with Lions. What do you find to be more valuable when you start working with some of these kids? Is it that God-given talent or the coachability?
Being coachable.
Yeah.
By far, man. I mean, because you get some guys that are freakish and then they're just not coachable, and that's tough because it's like it's a balance. And I always got to go back to my time because, like, dude, I was so gifted. I was so talented, but I was such an a-hole, bro. Like, I was terrible. I was a terrible attitude when I played younger days, high school, into junior college a bit. It's like I was so like me. And then like getting to Nebraska and having to figure that out and what it looks like not playing right away. It's like, dude, yeah, you got to earn it. You don't know what you're doing. You got to play. You got to be coachable. You have to, this stuff has to translate. Then it started to matter like, dude, I got to know what I'm doing before I can just get out there and play. So I'll take a coachable kid all day long over the 5-star kid that won't listen, 100%. And it's even worse now in the climate because you got Instagram, social media, all this stuff. And this is what they worry about. This is what and our motto at Miller North is like, bro, and then my life and what I teach the Lions boys is like, run your race. Like, run your race, bro. Like, stop worrying about the man next to you, what he's doing. Run your race, put the team first and serve, dog, and do your job. Like, and do it at a high level. Everything else is going to take care of itself. You know what I mean? Like, Darian Jones at Omaha North is like such a great example of that. Like, he was a JV guy up into sophomore year. Like, he got a shot at junior year and he balled out. Like, he wasn't on sophomore on JV crying, being mad about, not playing and doing, like, he figured it out. Now he had a great mentor in Niles teaching him how to play the game, teaching him the receiver, and just being a great athlete, but he was coachable. Like, he was coachable. You can make that stuff, you can make it work, man. That's all we try to tell these kids is like, bro, take the coaching. And it's going to be hard coaching. It's tough. And not everybody can do it. But if you can, I promise you the breakthrough will happen. You'll see it, man. Whatever that may be. It may not be D1. Right? Maybe NAI, it may be but whatever that we're doing, it's going to bleed over into your life, right? You'll become a better student, a better kid in school, a better kid in the community, a better son, a better like dad. It bleeds off into you, dude. Like, seriously, into your life. So
when you run into an athlete that maybe doesn't love being coached like that, how do you reach out and how do you help cross that bridge with them? Yeah,
I think the hard coaching never stops because it's like you either gonna get it or you can leave. Like, and I'm just big on that. It's like this is the way, and it's not. I'm not a guy that's saying like, hey, it's my way or the highway. What I'm saying is that like I walk the thin line of like a lot of love, but a lot of hard coaching. So when you're doing great, bro, I'm gonna be the first one out there running up and down the sideline, chest bumping you, telling you I'm proud of you, telling you that I love you, but I'm gonna be the first one telling you too, bro, like this is wrong and you're not doing it right. So when you get a kid that's like all the way on the other side, I always have to bring myself to have a lot of grace and understand like, dude, BK, you were like 10 times worse than that, bro. Like, you were. So who are you to be like extra? And so I try to like really pull them to the side and have these serious conversations of like, bro, I get it. I understand. Like lower myself to be relatable of saying, I get it, but this is what you need to do. You know what I mean? Because I had to figure it out the hard way. Like I had to go through some stuff. Like, you know, in high school, I don't know if y'all noticed, but like I got shot in high school my junior year summer going to senior year. What? So like that was a big humbling thing for me because junior year, I'm like all world. I'm playing with Josh Freeman. I catch like 21 touchdowns. I'm the man. Like, can't nobody tell me nothing. I'm at home acting a fool. I'm being rude and disrespectful to my parents. I'm just doing whatever I want to do. And I'm not being the person God called me to be at that time. Now, granted, I was young. The kid excuse can be only for so much, but the things I was doing was just reckless, bro. It was just super, super reckless. But it was because I was idolizing football, and I thought because I was good at football, I could do whatever I want. You know, so that humbled me a lot. And then and then like committing to Kansas State and not being able to go and being like, oh, now you got to go JUCO. It's like, bro, what? Because I didn't know what JUCO was. I'm just like, I can't go. So all of the young players like, YBK ain't going to a big school.
Right.
So that was tough, like signing that and knowing like, bro, you about to go to a junior college, but it was the best thing that ever happened for me though, because I needed that. Like I don't think I would have survived if I would have went straight D1 and like been in that world right away. You know what I mean? So I needed to go JUCO, and I would have never met y'all. Right? So it's like it's even better, dog. You know what I mean? Like
shout out to JUCO,
right,
baby.
come on, man. Shout out to Fort Scott, man. So it's love, man. Yeah. So it's cool. It's super, super cool, man.
Well, you're that real life example. You know, it's easy for like, I don't know. You just think of like, let's say Ryan Williams.
Yeah.
You're the one that you're obsessed with at Bama, right?
I'm not obsessed with Ryan Williams. I just think Ryan Williams is a fucking freak. I'm obsessed with old boy from Ohio State.
Oh my gosh, he's
He
animal.
literally would,
Animal.
He would literally be a
Animal.
Pro Bowl receiver right now in the NFL.
Well, my point.
But
like, I don't want Mike to go down a fucking rabbit hole with.
I mean, I
'Cause you got a
can.
crush.
If you don't know ball, it's fine. I'm just saying, like,
Jeremiah Smith.
Jeremiah Smith is a
that's
fucking
Right.
baller.
If Jeremiah Smith is like your wide receivers coach, or if he's at Alliance, you know, he's trying to coach you up. It's like, okay, Jeremiah,
Yeah.
you know, like you saw success from day one. You didn't have to go through any.
But who says he hasn't
You
had
know.
hard coaching his whole life? Like,
Well, I'm just saying
Don't
with
get me
him.
wrong. He's
Yeah.
the most talented.
You know what I'm talking.
See
See now, Mike. What?
I'm on Mike's side here. We
What?
don't know what trials and tribulations.
Yeah.
Right, I'm just saying, like, you don't know what happened
I don't
to
know.
Jeremiah, but that dude's a fucking baller.
I agree with that.
I
I think it's safe to say like the Ryan Williams, like he's like 17.
Yeah, that was
Ryan
crazy.
Williams is also
And
That's crazy.
insane.
he's catching tutties for 97 yards.
SEC,
Like-
bro. Like
He probably hasn't in his playing career. Probably hasn't gone through a lot of trials and tribulations.
He's
If I had to
starting
guess.
at 17 at Alabama. Oh my god!
I'm just saying.
I think that them dudes got to get coached hard. I feel like,
I
you know,
think that-
and that coach down there, I forget his name. He came from was it
Came with
Washington.
DeBoer.
Yeah.
Well, what a receiver coach.
Yeah.
I forget it because he's from Fort Wayne. He's from Fort Wayne, Indiana, where I'm
Oh
from.
really?
But I know he's a hard coach, you know. So, and again, with those guys, those 5-star guys, I don't know how they go about it, but I think you got to coach some guys the hardest because, like, they're the examples. You know what I mean? If you
No,
can coach them hard, like,
My
then
point
everybody
is,
understands.
if Jeremiah Smith becomes his age and he starts coaching, it's like, well, you saw success when you were 17 years old and you didn't have to go to a JUCO. And
Oh,
with
I
you-
feel- I hear you.
so with
I
you-
got that. I get that point. I got
the
you.
journey,
Yeah.
he's got the journey.
Yeah,
And like, you can actually say that to these kids coming up. Like,
of relating that
You-
of that part of it.
Yeah.
Yeah. I feel you on that. I understand that.
you know,
yeah.
and if they become discouraged or whatever, it's like, I went JUCO.
Yeah.
Like with kids, I teach algebra.
Yeah.
I
Where
tell
at?
my at Papio South.
Okay, love.
I tell my kids every year, I go, guess what? I failed algebra my freshman year of college.
Oh.
And now look, there are other things that played into that. I was an idiot.
Of course.
But that's what I tell them. I go, look, I failed. Now look at me. Now
on.
I'm like a little better.
I'm teaching. I'm teaching y'all.
I'm teaching you. And I swear it's right. I swear it's right.
I still never learned the thing, but you know.
And you'll never use it again.
Algebra is the
one thing you'll never fucking
There
use.
it is.
You sound like a 14-year-old right now.
Good. You guess what?
When am I ever
Since
going
I
to
was
use
14,
this?
how many times did I use algebra?
Hey,
Fucking zero.
how
Are
many?
you
How many?
serious? You have not used algebra once.
Well, he's exaggerating.
yeah. Like,
Come on.
I use algebra all the time.
Yeah, but I work in a brewery.
I gotta do measurements.
I got to do X and Y, and the next thing you know, we make beer. Cool.
I'm sure you've
I
had
don't
some.
do that.
I'm sure you had some wide receivers come up that's like, when am I ever going to use this?
Yeah, it's like
Shut up, just do it.
right? Just do what I'm asking you to do, dude. You're gonna block. You're gonna block. You're gonna learn a good lesson, dude. Shut up.
Okay, so
we had to block.
so we've got a question in here from Broad 2009,
Mm.
and that's BRAUD, not like broad,
Okay.
right?
Okay.
So he asked, like, how hard is it to instill that these days with the young generation? So that being like, hey, it's not diamond chains all the time. It's not the Ferrari. It's not,
Lambos.
like you're gonna have to go out there and you're gonna have to block and you're gonna have to do the dirty work and you're gonna have to do all this stuff, right?
Yeah.
And I want to add something to that is like, as somebody that covers high school sports,
Yeah.
and I've seen you out on the sidelines
Yeah.
repping Alliance. When you've got like one guy on a team, now West Side is the outlier because those guys seem to be pushing out crazy talent. But when you're looking at like one kid on a team that is being recruited
Mhm.
by all these different teams, Jet Tamal is a good example.
Yeah.
What is that? I mean, what is that like? Like if you're coaching somebody like that,
Mhm.
everybody else is looking at this kid going like, okay, how do I get to that? I
Yeah.
want to be that.
Yeah.
And how do you stay humble? And I don't know. It just seems like a weird thing from the outside looking in when I'm just like out on the filming on the sidelines.
Yeah, I think it's it's being consistent with them and giving them the leash that's deserving. Meaning, like, I'm still gonna coach you hard, dude. Like, I gotta that's who I am. Like, I'm going to fuss at you. I'm going to make sure because, bro, you're a high schooler. Like, just because you're a 3, 4, 5-star doesn't mean you do everything right. So we got to make sure that we're working those small things all the time and being consistent at them. But like, you give them a little bit of grace with certain things, right? Their leash is a little bit longer because they're the better players. But like, especially when they're coachable. They're coachable, it's like, okay, cool. Like, you can get away with a little bit more. But like, the hard coaching never stops. And I think it sets the example for everyone else of like, bro, if he's getting on him, then dude, like, I gotta make sure.
Yeah.
And I respect Wiz so much for that, because you would hear Ty Wisdom screaming from the sideline at Jet Tamal, and it's like, yeah, bro, like, yeah, you the dude, but you still need coaching too, because that never stops. So I think that's the part you have to be consistent about, even with your guys. It's like, nah, bro, don't stop. You know, it does not stop, man, because everybody else has to see that, and if they see that, it's like, well, if he's getting on him, I got to make sure I'm on point too as well. So, you know what I mean? So it builds camaraderie too.
Now it's going to be Dylan Utter yelling at Jeff.
Yeah, right. Yeah. Dylan, my guy, dog. Shout out to Dylan, man. He's about to have a baby too.
Yeah,
man,
that's right.
Shout out to Dylan Utter, man. The dad club, dude. Always good seeing him, man, around, man. Super, super proud of him too as well, man. Great dude, man.
So what's that like? You know, if you're coaching at Miller North and you got to go coach against your boys at Miller South, and you said is Niles
Elmont North.
Elmont North. So like, you're coaching against all your guys. Like, how is that,
bro? It's love. It's obviously love, right? Like,
is there a little chirping in the
I mean, it's sometimes. Like, obviously, I see Niles at the 707 tournament that we had at Bellevue West, and they won it all too as well. He was calling the plays out there, and I'm like, congrats, bro. I'm like, you know what I mean? But no, super. I mean, especially from where he came from and what he had to deal with, you know, post being done with the league and stuff. It's like, super proud of him because he's catching his purpose, his niche, what he's supposed to be doing. And it's great. You know what I mean? See him doing it. So when I see guys giving back, like, it's never like, oh, no. It's like, it's so much respect because I know this is a God-given call, because not everybody want to do, like, bro, you got to have patience. You got to you got to really love it. You got to have a spouse that's willing to be like, okay, you going to go, you know what I mean? Like, it's tough because you really worrying about other people's kids. Like, and if you do it the real way, like, it's like, yes, bro, I'm thinking about these kids all the time, what I can do to make them better. If you need me outside of football, if you just want to talk, go out to eat, talk through life, like, I'm there. And I tell my boys that. It's like, bro, I'm going to coach you hard, but you got to pour back too, bro. I'm just not going to be the only one out here pouring into you and you not pouring back. So, like, that means I'm going to coach you hard. I'm going to have high energy when I'm here. If you call me and say, Coach, man, I need you. I'm going through a lot. Where you want to go? Where you want to meet? Let's go. Let's go talk. Let's go figure it out. Like, I'm going to go that. So if I'm doing that, then, bro, you got to give me 20 minutes a day to study. You can do some extra releases at the crib. Like, that's the least you can do. You know what I mean? So that's what I'm constantly telling these boys, man.
Tell them to come mow your lawn.
Something for free, bro. For free, dog. Like,
So after you compliment Niles Paul and Dylan Utter, who's the best coach?
Oh, me.
Hey, did you not hear him talk about how gifted he is? He's a damn gifted coach.
Shout out to all them dudes. Shout out to him. But
he's telling his wide receivers that he's coaching, I'm different. And he's telling his coaches, I'm different.
I'm different, dog. Ain't nobody running up and down the sideline, dog, running with their players to score a touchdown. I ain't seen Dylan do that or Dallas, bro. So, like, I'm going to be the better one.
Is Miller North still running that wishbone?
No, come on, Mike.
I just wonder. Come on,
see him, Kyle, dog. You got to cut to the game, bro. Heck, no, dude. Now, shout out to Petito. I don't want to disrespect what they did, obviously, right? But it's like
for a long time.
It's like, big dog, like, okay, we got to get to something new now, though, bro. Like, so AB changed
Miller
up.
South, Miller North. KB and I will be in the stands.
Okay, love.
With our Brandon Kinnie jerseys on.
Let's go. But KB was on the sideline last time. Like, you got to give him sideline passes, man.
I got to. I don't know. I'm gonna I'll ask Sasha or something.
Gotta get the sideline passes, dog.
How you feeling?
Live podcast.
I'll be running across talking to Dylan.
Hey, come here, dog.
Hey, Dutter. How you feeling?
Walk away. Coach, what happened in that first half? You guys got blown out. What happened?
So fun, man.
We got about 15-ish minutes.
Yeah.
I figured we'd kind of go to a I guess a more lighthearted thing.
Okay.
I think it's
You know,
good.
I'm not saying this hasn't been lighthearted. It's been very lighthearted.
Yeah.
But something that's kind of fun.
Yeah.
So, college football 26. It's so funny because it's the second year of this.
Okay.
And I feel like people are already sick of it.
Yeah.
People, they saw the Matt Rule design. Did you see that?
Oh, it's egregious.
It's not even like,
Hey, that's kind of rude. I'm like, come on, y'all.
kind of see what they're going for.
They already
but
have his face. Out of all the coaches in the game, they actually have his face
It's like-
because he was in Madden.
Yeah. That's true. I didn't think about that. That's right.
yeah,
That's right. I didn't think
And
about that.
like he's on the game, he looks tubby,
Yeah.
but it looks like he's been losing weight. That's just what
in
I've
real life?
seen.
Yeah.
Yeah, he
Yeah.
is. He said he's been grinding.
That's bulletin board material right there.
Yeah, right.
disrespecting
I'm gonna
coaches.
show y'all.
Yeah,
I'm gonna show
Cincinnati
y'all,
got to
dog.
find out.
He's gonna put that picture up. I'm gonna have better game management. Yeah, that's what it is.
Yeah, I hope that.
And then, of course, you had the top 25 toughest places to play.
Oh, yeah.
And of course, Nebraska doesn't make the list again.
Crazy.
They shouldn't.
Okay. And here's the thing, right? He says that's crazy. And you said
They should not.
they should not have made it.
Dude,
All right.
people literally walk in Memorial Stadium and win every single time. Like, it's not your dad's Memorial Stadium.
Mm.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's just not. And I'm in there. I'm in there every fucking game,
Yeah.
screaming my heart out, watching us lose every time.
Watch this loose.
Like,
You had to add that little.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, like, can it be hostile? Does it yes, it can be. That
Ask Travis Horner.
Yeah, I was about to say, Colorado was crazy.
If it was Colorado
That was
every
crazy.
week, yeah, it should be in that list. But it's not, though. It's not like fans.
But
are
I
as
get where
passionate.
you saying with that. I follow you on that. Like, was it Colorado
They're
every
losing.
game? That's right. Because when I went to Rutgers, it wasn't that.
No.
Now, and I didn't go to Colorado, but you could just tell on TV that it was crazy down there. So I get your point on that because it's got to be consistent. Like when we went to Texas A&M, my junior year, we lost like 9-7.
Yeah.
That was crazy. Like that was crazy. And from what I hear and know, like it's like that all the time.
Yeah.
Like, they're like that consistently.
The 12th
Like,
man.
yeah. Now I don't know, but win or lose, I'm like I would think because they say they practice, dude. They like the fan section do like.
Well, they got
practices and
the yell
stuff.
squad with
Yeah.
Trev
Yeah.
spanking
So
his
it's-
ass. So.
Yeah, did the yell
Hey,
squad and
yeah.
smacking their ass and doing this over and over?
Hey, what I love to see is last year they were number 1. You know what they are this year?
What number?
They're 11th.
Really?
Kyle Field is 11th.
Who was number 1?
You got to
Probably
have it up if
horseshoe.
you brought up this
Nope.
conversation.
It's not the horseshoe.
Mm-mm.
Is it going to be? I'm going to take a guess.
Is it Penn State?
Oh, is it Tennessee?
I'm going to say LSU.
LSU.
Wow.
There it is, yeah.
Brian
Okay.
Kelly
That's-
doing his weird
See,
shit.
but here's the thing. If we're going to pick and choose, like the Colorado game this past year, it was fucking
Is it-
bonkers, right?
Yeah.
Bonkers, circus.
That thing was
Okay,
a production.
But you're going to tell me, just looking at this list, right? Even a place like Bryant Denny Stadium. I'm sorry. Alabama isn't hopping every week.
No.
There are games that I watch,
They
and it's
get
like,
to
and
play
it's
an
sleepy.
FCS school
It's
in
sleepy.
fucking November.
It's sleepy.
It can be though. And I'm saying like all these, they can be sleepy, right? Michigan Stadium, you're gonna tell me every game at Michigan Stadium
It's
is
not that loud.
hopping.
It's not
Hey,
that
listen,
loud.
Like,
I was there, Brady Hoax, last year at the Big House.
Sure.
And I swear to you, the GBR chants were louder than all of the Michigan chants put together. The only thing that you ever heard out of the Big House were the boos. That's all you ever heard.
and you're gonna tell me, and yeah, we can pick and choose. Again, this is all about picking and choosing. If I watch FSU, Florida State at home, sometimes their stadium is half full.
Yeah, that's true.
And
too,
yeah,
man.
it's because their team sucks, right?
Mhm.
But they're ranked in the top 15 for the toughest places to play.
I
So
wonder if they going off of like the people, the amount of people, maybe.
Well,
Well,
then
they're
Nebraska
stacking
will be
there.
up there.
I'll bet win-loss percentage is in there.
Yeah.
You know what ranking I would
Again,
like to see?
Camp Randall. You're telling me Camp Randall's hopping. They
God.
prefer hunting. They, prefer hunting.
Dude, they don't even show up to the third quarter.
Now look, again,
That's
true.
but we're
not-
picking
But it
and
was
choosing.
still like that. I mean,
It's
even
still
when we went
loud,
down
but-
there, like I was like that jump around. That
It's
Russell
right.
Wilson,
It's
I was
great.
like,
joke.
It's,
okay,
it's
this
great.
is a little crazy. I ain't never seen anything like that.
But I'm saying every stadium on here has their moments of
Agree.
cool
We'll talk. Yeah,
Yeah.
I feel you on that.
or
I think
hit
every-
snooze.
I think every stadium in the country has that.
Yeah.
Right.
Well,
And you're telling me, we can talk about the skill of Nebraska teams, how that's preventing them from being on the toughest.
Okay,
places to play.
let's take a step back. NCAA football, NCAA football, not college football 25 or 26 or whatever. Okay. NCAA football in Nebraska was always a top stadium, right?
Yes.
They are 1,000% taking the fact that we haven't been winning games at Memorial Stadium.
Yeah,
right. I think
they're not shitting on the atmosphere. And we're going to be the only stadium that has the light show, the drone show, all that stuff in the video game and in real life too. So I think they're still going to give Memorial Stadium the roses. But on the flip side, you got to win at Memorial Stadium before you say it's a hostile environment. It's not hostile if people are coming in and taking your lunch money. It's just not.
Question asked you, Mike. Because you're a devoted player of the game. I'm assuming you're buying it.
Yes, I will.
Okay, so like when
yes,
pre-ordered, already have it.
I got to pay that NIL salary to my guys. You know?
So even though Nebraska isn't on the top 25,
yes,
is it still like loud there? Like, does the noise level still get to the top?
It's still a video game, man. It's gonna be hostile. When I go and take the Mean Green to another natty, the Mean Green is fucking loud.
North Texas,
dude. I love the Mean Green. When the Mean Green gets rocking, and guess what? They're sold out too. When I'm the coach, yeah.
Can you play with sliders down?
No, I play on Heisman. I fucking
sliders.
That's funny, man.
All right, so Connor, you've been itching.
You know what poll I would want to see? And you would have to. I don't know how you could do it. You'd have to poll players around the NCAA and ask them who the hardest away crowd to play in front of. Because, like, obviously, I feel like Nebraska makes that list. Kyle talking about at the Big House, where the GBR chants are louder than whatever they're trying to say. I don't know if they say anything cool.
You're saying so the traveling fans.
Yeah, traveling fan bases. Like, what's the hardest traveling fan base to play in front of?
Yeah, and you know what? And
Nebraska had to be in there too, dude.
Yeah,
you have to, bro.
BK, who is the hardest traveling fan base? What was one traveling fan base that you
came in Memorial during your time? Probably nobody. We're winning games,
man. Yeah, I can't remember. I did. I can't remember, honestly.
We can even talk bowl games.
Like, going to Virginia Tech, though, was crazy.
Yeah.
Because I didn't think, because I think it was only like 50,000 at the time. I think.
Yeah, their capacity isn't that big.
But, bro, like.
Were they doing Enter Sandman back then?
Yeah.
Okay. But those like aluminum stands or whatever, it was so loud there. Like, I couldn't believe it was that loud when we were there. It was wild. Like, and that was my first experience of like first away game ever from JUCO, like getting on the plane for the first time ever. Like, it was all of that. So being there was crazy. Being at Oklahoma State was crazy. Being at Colorado was crazy too as well when we played. But again, I think that was, the Colorado was probably tradition.
Yeah, that's true.
Like
and there was probably a lot of Husker fans.
Yeah. But the Washington game was crazy when we played there the first time, when Martinez was running up and down. That was crazy seeing that much red there, because that game was loud, but like to see how many like Husker fans were there that travel who even lived there was like, this is crazy. That was surreal for me. Like, bro, this is like real deal, dude. Like, so that was super cool to see. I will always still say this to this day, like losing or not. I feel like, honestly, that Nebraska is like the Cowboys. I think it's America's favorite team. We are
the Cowboys.
Honestly, I think it's that. Like, everywhere you go, everywhere you are, there's a Husker bar, there's a Husker gathering in Arizona where my mom is at. She's like, Brandon, there's literally people
There's
here.
like Clancy's in Arizona, dude.
It's like, so I don't care what nobody says. I'm like, bro, this is a deal. Like, this is a real thing, man. Now, granted, it ain't the 90s no more, but still, like, people love Nebraska, bro.
You're saying Nebraska's America's team.
Yeah, I would say that. No biasness.
I couldn't believe 2014. I got off a plane and I'm in Madrid for like 6-ish months. First day I'm in Madrid, one of my professors walked up to me and said, "You're from Nebraska?" I said, "Yeah." And he walks me around the block, and there is a Husker bar in Madrid, Spain.
That's crazy.
It was the most ridiculous thing I'd ever seen. And everyone just immediately walked in like, he's from Nebraska. And they lost their shit.
They'd never seen Nebraska
that's
before.
crazy.
Yeah, it was wild.
El Husker?
I don't remember the name of it. But no, there's the big Husker N right above the front door. It was wild.
The Rojo bar, Rojo, something.
Bro, yes.
I mean, when you look at like the analytics, and I'm sure this goes for a lot of Nebraska podcasts because there's so many now. You've got people listening from Japan. You've got people. It'll show you the geography from where your listeners are from.
Crazy.
Japan, Jamaica, like just crazy places around the world.
It's crazy. Let's stay on the video game topic real quick.
Yeah.
So when BK played,
I had dreads, bro. I was so mad.
I'm about to ask you,
bro.
What did you think of because it wasn't you, it was number 84.
Bro,
what did you think of your player? And Did it look like you?
Bro, I was so hot, dog.
Did you
Dreads,
did you
bro.
play as yourself?
Oh yeah, of course you had to.
Yeah.
And then back then you could import the roster.
Yeah.
So we would do it that way.
And go to Madden.
Yeah,
too?
like but I would like go and edit my player, edit my dreads. I'm like,
Make
bro,
him look
I don't
good.
have dreads down my back. Now I did have a fro and I would have braids, but I'm like, bro, that's not dreads though. Like I hated that part. I'm like, and my overall wasn't bad. It was like 84 or something, 85. So I was like, that's cool. I'll take that.
Next time we have you, I'm gonna bust out the 360.
Yeah.
And we'll
Hey, Brandon, let me ask you this. What do you think the guy who designed your character,
Yeah.
what do you think he looked like?
Oh Lord Jesus.
he probably looked like you.
That's what I was getting at.
We need a police sketch artist in here.
Just someone who has
That's
no
so
clue.
funny. No clue, bro.
Yeah, listen, no, okay. I'm not gonna, because we can get into a whole
Yeah.
dreads. We don't want to do that. We don't want
Like really? And then back then they would pitch like feel like they would put your home, like they would put your state, but they would put you like from some weird place in Missouri. So it was like Missouri, but I was from like Columbia Rockbridge or something.
Yeah.
I was like, bro, what?
But they couldn't do it.
Exactly.
You know?
Yeah. So it kind of made sense with that, but it's like, dude, this is way off, bro. What are y'all doing?
I remember
Max Creek, Missouri.
like, no, I don't even know where that's at.
the Sam Keller run was pretty crazy. That actually started the whole lawsuit.
Oh, yeah, that was. I
They
remember.
had his visor and everything.
Oh, was it really?
Yeah.
Yeah, no,
Wow.
they definitely. They
It was
kind
cool.
of.
Hey,
Did he have his throwing motion too?
What, of him throwing out the stadium
That's
and then to the other team? Yeah, kind of.
No, the little.
Okay,
Remember,
so
his throwing motion was a huge.
we've got a question here from Scott Brown.
Hey, of course, Scotty, what up?
Hey.
Scott, what up, Brown?
Oh, okay. So you know this Scott Brown character
so
because
do
I've got some comments to catch you up on
Oh,
here.
Lord Jesus.
Okay, so he says BK's fro or Kenny Bell's for the win.
Kenny's dog.
Kenny.
Kenny's was way bigger, dude, and that was his thing.
It's
you know
still
what
his
I mean?
thing.
Yeah, it's still his thing.
Hey,
So,
Afro Thunder.
yeah, that was his
Yeah,
thing.
yeah.
So I had braids. I would change up a little bit, and really, it was like because I never could do it when I was younger. So it was like, yeah, mom, I'm grown now. I can do whatever I want to do. So every time she would come to a game, she was like, I wish you would cut that. I'm like, nah, dog.
Nope.
Get braids, bro.
You know what username you should Dread Thunder.
Yeah. I'll tell you, bro, when them came out, everybody was clowning me like, BK, you got one of this clown. Like, bro, I know.
Did you have an Xbox? What was your gamer tag?
I've never played online. I wasn't
you
big
never
on
played
that.
online.
Yeah.
Good.
I wasn't a big gamer dude, but I just had it because everybody, we played it. But I didn't do all of that, man. So
I gotta imagine once you got the game, the first thing you did was go look.
100%.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
100%.
get that.
You have to,
that's,
dude.
that's such
coming
a
from
fair thing.
JUCO too, it's like, bro, I came from
I made
JUCO.
it.
So like, yeah, this was like I made it. Like this was it, but it was so many like first like I made it things when I got to Nebraska from JUCO. It was like, when you go out of the weight room and you get you can get like Gatorade and water and different things like that from what are those things? There's where you put your cup to it and
Oh, like a fountain. Oh.
yeah, those types of things. But it was like blue Gatorade, red Gatorade, water, cold water. I was like, bro, I got two types of water I can get. Water and cold water. I'm like, I'm the man, dog. I made it, bro. Or like when we would travel, they would give us our bags to put our stuff in, our helmets and stuff we would take. So like JUCO, you packed your bag and you carried your bag. You took your bag on the bus. So like here I am, D1, Nebraska, I'm packing my bag. I put my bag on my hip. I'm going to the bus. And it was like, BK, what are you doing? I was like, taking my bag. They like, bro, put your bag at your locker. They take it on the truck and drive it there. I'm like, bro, that's crazy. Like, I really made it. So,
Service?
yeah, bro. Like, it was next level for me, dog, for real. Because JUCO is that's a whole nother animal, bro. So you were appreciative of everything, bro, when you get to a big school, not just like D1, but like Nebraska. It's like, bro, come on, man. Like, you don't get no better than that, bro.
I have a feeling like those guys that are, moving your bags for you, doing all this other stuff. I have a feeling you're the kind of guy that you knew the guys that were working to do all
Oh, 100%. Yeah, I was that guy for sure. 100%, bro. We're great guys. Jay, Terry, Chris, and all those guys. Like, dude, still to this day, follow them on Facebook, always talking, commenting on stuff. Yeah, 100%, bro. That's who I was. Like, and it's like, it's so funny because it's like, If you were a good dude, they'd give you extra gloves. But if you were an a-hole, it's like, nah, bro, you ain't get no extra gloves. You ain't get nothing, bro. So it was wild, bro.
Yeah,
good. Okay,
yeah,
good. But yeah, so I was always that guy, like, because I always needed extra gloves. Every game, I was dramatic. I'm like, okay, I want some new gloves, and then I would wear my game ones for practice that week. So it was cool. It was cool.
You put a little extra stick on.
Yeah, yeah. Jay Terry, and those guys are great, man. At least to me, they showed me love, so I was cool, man. So
KB, any other comment? I thought you said there was like a cascade of comments.
Yeah. So
but I don't know if you want to share them all.
So Scott Brown,
okay,
he's been in here.
He's been in here.
And he said, I've been trying to coach you to get that beard clean for years.
Hey, it looks clean. It looks clean.
Every time he see me, like, BK, what are you doing, bro? Because back then I had the little skinny chin strap.
Yeah.
So I was like, but I've been thugging it out, man. I love it, bro. Love it. Love and my wife love it. So it's all good. That's all that matters, bro. Little wife love it, we good, bro.
Now that I've been looking at it a little bit longer, I don't know. A little scraggly.
I pick it out, trim it up. We good, dog.
Yeah.
What else?
Other than that,
We're gonna keep roasting him or what?
No, I mean, yeah.
This ain't a roast.
I mean, we had a roast here from Scott Brown here.
Yeah.
Other than that, I mean, we started talking about. There's a lot of people in here laughing about BK with dreads.
That's so funny.
Other than that, Alexandria says, "Hey, BK,
Hey,
shipper 8."
Oh, what's up, Alex? What up? What up, Alex?
Hey, send a super chat, Alex. Hey.
Yeah, how much you like it? How much you like this?
Her daughter cheer for Elias for
Nah.
Right on.
Super cool.
Hey, cool. On that note, I
Yeah.
will say one of the coolest things about that camp that you guys did was you had also the cheering clinic.
Oh, yeah.
And you guys had all the girls out there, and then you had the cheering squad. They were like
for
leading
sure.
the thing.
Yeah.
Oh, I mean,
Ashley Mitchell. Shout out to Ashley. She just graduated. She's going into law school in Lincoln too as well at Nebraska. But she came on board for us and did such a phenomenal job. So she's going to be leading it again with a few other girls too as well. But man, Ashley's so great. She was so cool. She worked with the girls. They came up with this awesome like little cheer chant rant thing, and it was so cool, man. And even more cooler, like the parents got a 40-yard dash too. So like if they won $100.
Damn.
So we had like two classes. It was like from like 25 to like 30 and then another class. But it was just so dope seeing them get out there like, and we warmed them up and everything because it's like, bro,
Stretch them out.
y'all ain't gonna dog me out if you tear a hamstring out here. You ain't gonna get on me, bro. So we warmed them up, everything, bro, and had money for them when they won. So it was super fun, bro.
It was so funny watching some of those dads. They get done and they're limping.
Legit, bro. Like
They're limping. They're
bro.
like, damn it.
So it was good. It's super interactive, man. We had dance competitions for the parents. It was such a good time, man. Seriously, man. Like I said, the tunnel walk was just surreal because every age group got a tunnel walk. So it's like,
cool.
We lined them up in there and they all came out to it was
serious,
like chills,
right?
bro. Like it was absolute chills, bro.
Yeah.
So it's cool.
Like, what was it for you getting to walk out that tunnel again?
Dog, that was. I mean, when I go down there, obviously, I'm always in that area, you know. But it's always cool to just remember like what it was like to be there. Because I remember when I first got to Nebraska, I was always the thirsty dude trying to be in the front, like to come out first. And then after a while, I was like, all right, bro, I'm good now. I could be in the middle of the pack and I'm straight.
You did it once.
Yeah, it's like, oh, good. But bro, it's such a surreal feeling because again, you coming from I didn't know anything about the tradition. So to get here and learn it, it was like, this is so cool, man. Like to be a part of, man. So it was dope. It was dope, man. It's always a great reminder, man. Seriously, where you came from, where you learned, the people that helped you through it, man. So it's super cool.
Hopefully you can keep making regular visits up there and making your presence known.
For sure,
Well,
man.
you got
Just
a
to show
13-year-old, so we've got about 5 years to get Matt Rule.
Yeah, exactly.
Come on, Matt. Come on, dog.
We got to get him on the radar.
We got some guys for you, dog.
Yeah,
Like, come holler at us, man.
Some.
They know how to block.
Yes, they do. They will know how to block.
Yeah, and you know, for the first time ever, I can say my linebacker son Liam.
Yeah,
He'll be joining your guys.
already claimed it. Yeah, already claimed
you're gonna
it,
make
dog.
a linebacker? Look at you. Hey, girlish figure.
Damn.
Hey,
I'm
listen here.
thinking the next Cooper DeJean.
I think. Hey, hear me out. The next kicker at Nebraska.
Oh,
Hey,
That's
I'll
what
take
we
it.
hey,
need.
we'll take that.
I'll take
Start
a
working
kicker.
on his leg. Make him a lefty. That'll be sweet. So start working on that left leg. Only.
Yeah.
You know what Liam's middle name is, don't you?
What is it?
Levonte.
Shut up.
Liam,
Like, shut up, really?
Liam Levonte Byers.
Levonte
Look at-
Byers, dog. It's so fire, bro. It's so dope.
It's
bro.
it's not, but he's changing it as soon as he heard it.
Yeah. He's texting Carly right now.
I'm all the way in. Yeah.
You're just setting him up to fail at that point.
so funny, man.
All right, guys. Hey, anything else you got for BK?
I don't think so.
No,
It
man.
was fun.
Hey,
Always
well,
fun, good
I know.
Jim
Yeah, we've been talking about it throughout the episode, but just one last thing for those listeners and those watchers.
Yeah.
How many we got, KB?
There's 114 currently.
Hey, what up, 114?
Hey, so tell the people. Alliance.
The Alliance, man. That's what we doing. Alliance. Matt Miller North coaching. And if you are looking to get into a free youth football and cheer camp, sign up, register. The registration is still open. 1st through 8th grade, come down on July 12th from 12 to 3. You get a free mesh bag. You get goodies. You get free food. You get just an awesome time of being around great people that want to serve and love on your kids the right way. So come out, check us out. Check out AllianceSportsTraining.com. See everything that we're doing in the community. We'll also have our back-to-school haircut and backpack bash here August 9th, I believe.
Okay.
So, yeah, man, just serving, dog. Serving at a high level, bro. Reaching back, giving back, man, and just doing it the right way.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, man. Absolutely, man. So
Okay, people, do that.
appreciate y'all, man. Always, man. Thank you.
Thank you,
Yeah,
BK.
man.
Yeah, thank you.
You're a joy. Telling you. Dreads or no dreads?
Pro or no pro, braids or no braids,
Right.
dog.
All right, guys. NBNR podcast. We have the same handle on every social media platform. I'm not going to name them. If you're on it, you're on it. Just search it. All right. Just Google us. We're there. We're on Google.
We are. Yeah,
we're like
on
the
Google.
like the first.
We definitely are the first thing that pops up.
Right.
We surpassed Troy Walters a long time ago.
Now that we hit 1K,
Someday we're getting Troy Walters on here. Though.
it'll happen.
It's gonna happen.
We'll probably have to pay him, but it'll happen.
No, we don't need money.
I'm one of your hosts, Jared Hall.
Mike Delaware.
Connor Cadillac.
Kyle Byers.
BK.
Yeah, there you go.
BK.
As always,
Appreciate y'all.
beat Cincinnati and GBR.